So today I'm sharing the warm-up routine I've started taking my clients through to help with their mobility, their movement patterns, and overall just good movement, so enjoy. So number one is the standing hamstring T stretch. A fairly standard start. You start just by doing a standing hamstring stretch. You then bend the knee slightly. You place one hand or the fingertips of that hand on the floor. Chest nice and open, you're twisting up, reaching the other hand towards the sky with knees bent. As you bring it back down, you straighten the legs back out again, do the hamstring stretch, and then alternate sides. Really good for opening up the chest, getting a bit of movement in the thoracic spine, and just stretching the hamstrings too. Very functional, very useful movement for day-to-day activities and movement training. So number two is of course the classic flat foot squat while getting the hip flexors. So pretty much go down into a flat foot squat, make sure your feet are completely flat on the floor, including your heels especially. Pop the elbows on the inside of the knees and gently press out, get a nice stretch in the hip flexors. Gently allow them to come back in and then you can push back out. Make sure the feet are in contact with the floor the whole time. The squat itself is great for the whole posterior chain, and of course pushing the knees out, get the hip flexors involved too. Really great fundamental stretch. And now we move on to one of my favorite dynamic warm-up movements of all time, bunny hops. Essentially, come down into a squat, upper legs parallel to the floor. Raise onto your tiptoes and then bounce forward, making sure you're not bouncing off the heels and the hamstrings. You're keeping space in between the leg there at the knee joints. Bouncing forward, amazing for the quads, gets the calves involved too, just gets the muscles kind of used to a little bit of movement, a little bit of rebound there, gets the blood pumping a little bit too, all good. Our next one is a bit more complicated. You start in a flat foot squat. If I'm moving to the left, I place my right hand down, I step through with my right foot, I lower my body as close as I can to the ground without actually letting my chest or head touch the ground. Push myself back up, come into that flat foot squat again, and go again on the left side. You get a bit more tricep engagement in here, you get a bit of movement in the shoulders, and if you're not too flexible or used to stretching the glute or the outside of the leg, this can be a decent one for that too. Enjoy it. And our final one is the downwards dog walk out, walk back. Very simply, you go into the downwards dog position, you walk out, make sure you're pedaling your feet the whole time to get a gentle stretch in the calf. You then walk your hands back in after your legs, vice versa. So you're doing a quadrupedal movement while getting the benefits of the downwards dog stretch, the weight on the shoulders, getting the shoulders engaged as well as stretching the hamstrings. Really awesome, really great. Give it a go. Let me know what you think. And I hope you enjoyed this video. Sweet and short. See you in a bit.